Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Daily Mughal series, which I forgot the daily part in that last episode because of, don't forget what country you started as. Technically, it was Sir Hind for a hiccup before it became Delhi, and later on became Mughals. I mean, you know the full story. Everybody should know that by now. But we have our intentions are now clear, despite the fact that we have wasted a lot of manpower as of late. A small part of it was to create the third army, and the other was an intervention when we helped out the Bahmanis to defeat both Andhra and Vijayanagar. Especially Vijayanagar, which was not easy. But we dealt with them. We sure did. Oh, what else? I had something else in my mind. Oh, yes. Besides the uprisings, I've become increasingly concerned about, the reason of we're trying to convert this one area here in central Doha, home of the Taj Mahal, which is yet to be built and whatnot. But I've always wanted to convert this, even though it's got pretty good development. But this also is the area of the seat of strong aristocrats, because that's where my Padishah Begum is from. Comes from there, and will always remain there until the end of this ruler's life. Even though he's still got plenty of good years ahead of him, but then again, our dynasty has this solemn reputation of not living long beyond the age of 40. Like this man here. I mean, once you turn 40, that's when the yearly death risk comes up. And it doesn't increase drastically till you go over 50. But somehow we keep getting bad luck of our rulers dying young. But what can you do? Well, I can tell you what I can do. Here's something I just thought of and I didn't think of. For two things. One, we're not going to get anywhere near to getting this soon. And neither is this one, as we're still far away from an administrative power because of our very high institutions tech penalty. So we'll be quite behind the times. In fact, I think it's probably happening to all nations of India this way, as the Renaissance has yet to come here. I mean, it'll be present there soon. And we plan on expanding towards Khorasan, which they fully embrace the Renaissance. And since we want the Afghanistan parts, this may help us embrace it sooner rather than later. But I have other plans. Because two more reasons. If you want more religious unity, you've got to stabilize. Look at the stability up here. Missionary strength increases with that. And knowing that we don't have enough administrative technology to get to the next level, so we might as well boost it. Boost it to the max. So missionary strength is up a bit more. And giving us the total of, all I need is it's 0.4% before you could start converting, knowing that this is going to take a long time to do that. The state of strong aristocrats doesn't help it either. Fortunately, since our primary culture is Hindavi, so it is the primary culture here. So that helps. And this autonomy doesn't help it. But there's another way to increase it. Fight against wars against fellow Sunni neighbors. Originally this was going to be for Bengal, but we don't have the manpower to take them on, not fully yet. So instead, we will be fighting smaller wars. But if we ever want to fight Bengal now, I can just simply bring Mawo in and we're good. The Bahmanis won't come because they still like the Bengal, but I understand. Plus, you've been through a heck of a war. Much like I have I. And you got this one ally, which is no pushover. So instead, stop drilling. We started drilling, but now we're gonna have to stop that. Because we plan on fighting against this enemy who insulted us the other day. By the other day, you mean the other year. It's to show superiority. Get bonus war score from winning battles. Over 10% of the war score of battles will give me a ticking war score. In other words, beat the heck out of them and win. Taking territory does not matter. Which I'm not interested in expanding over there. The last thing I would want to do is be fighting against Bukhara and friends. Khorasan, on the other hand, is in the middle of fighting 2 wars. And their ally won't help them out. I mean, don't underestimate them. They'll put up a defense. As they're dealing with intervention of Muscovy, which doesn't seem to be helping out any, but they're attacking, you're the one who attacked them, right? Or, no. That's Mushasha. That's the one who started. And Khorasan's just intervening. Okay. Take care. Now, all this military power. And we got room for another general for the other army. Hassan Shah Nazirun. Now that I can pronounce. Another 2-star general, I assume. 1 fire, 4 shock, 1 move, 1 siege. He'll be assigned here. No, 1 star. Huh. So now we know who runs this army here. So, of all the skills that are required, you take their place. This is for that rebellion that's going to come up very soon. You're being transferred over here because Kazakh, the ally of Transoxiana, they may not have much of anything right now, but with the amount of manpower reserves that they have, well, we can't underestimate them. So they're neighbors with Bukhara. But we don't even know what the country looks like. So we'll start that war soon. Declaring war against fellow Sunnis will give you more piety towards mysticism. For 5 years. Well, we can deal with all these separatists ourselves, and it's only for 5 years. And plus, it's very stable here, so chances of any more uprisings will be unlikely other than a select few. So move out. Tell your morale is full, engage. Because we better declare it soon. One more month. Good timing. Good enough. Okay, what do we got here? A talented judge. Acquiring an education in theology and law is often a long process involving the studying classical works of law under the tutelage of the sheikhs of various madrasas. For every work or commentary learned, the student acquires a certificate in ijazah. Never seen that word before. Depending on what madrasa and which sheikh, the worth of the ijazah may not be necessarily the same. A specific learned man has been making a very good impression on the madrasas around the country. No doubt he has a career as a qadi or a mufti ahead of him. 15 years. Statesman of 3. As much as I would like to have another advisor, but we're doing cost-cutting measures here because of this advisor we're using. But a lower area, do we mean, down here. And that includes the central one. It's tempting to me. But it says 50% cheaper. Diplomatic reputation. You know what? He will bring legal guidance to generous and mostly in Delhi. So, yes, that's him. We can afford it. Better than any of these. And we kind of need that diplomatic power just to level this one up. Although it's not going to be anywhere near there, but you get the idea. So give it here. Just trying to balance it out here, you know. Now, remember, it's minus 24 currently. It'll be minus 16, that's toward it. We don't care what casualty looks like, and it's time to show superiority. We're not here to take territory. We just need to fight a few small wars. You'll remain on standby. In case of Kazakh reinforcements. This is to show superiority. Get over 10 war score and give me a ticking war score to go up. And what do we win? Not land. This is a war of honor. By honor we mean you've insulted us and I'm here to, you know what you mean. Use your words, man. And once we're done with them, Khorasan is next. Possibly Sindh. Either two would be good. Not Baluchistan because of Malwa there, which is our ally. Another thought. 41. Yes, it's enough, but that's that many months. Yikes. And you know you're going to have Hindu zealots coming from that area, and it's going to keep happening, but if it wasn't for those Sita strong aristocrats. But it's going to cost you plenty of administrative power for this. But in post-war years, of course. Moving that capital there is like moving to Fatehpur Sikri, which is that new capital that was made, but this hasn't happened soon. Plus we developed this land enough, so why not start there? It's lower, upper, lower. Just looking at the two states here. So we felt that we developed enough of this land, so why don't we start developing there, but except claiming it as our own. We've built the same amount of buildings as that one. So, okay, remember, post-war. There you go. Eek. Every bit of innovativeness is good, but let me see. That state. Where is it? The influence is fine, but they're not going to be disloyal for this. But I'll just say these are some interesting ideas because we still kind of need some of that innovativeness. Every little bit of that helps. I don't know why you're asking us for access. Is it because you're retreating to here? Sure. In fact, what have you gotten yourself into? Ah. I see. Listen, it's 1.2, but if you go to the max, it'll be strength 3. Should we start converting? I mean, every little bit helps, but it's going to cost you. You know, 111 months is how long exactly? Just have a look. 1624. Stop that. Yeah, we're definitely moving that capital to there. And yet, if you want to convert Delhi, it's going to be a bit easier. And that adds a lot more religious unity. You know what? Do that one instead. This is why you can't do math. 1,000+ months. Debate over Sufi practice. Ah, here we go. Muslim scholars are not united on the question of permissibility of Sufism. While most appreciated the high levels of religious devotion it inspired among the general population, some disapprove of how certain Sufis express their faith, poetry, and song about wine and ethnic love, as well as communal dancing. The veneration of tombs regarded as saints could at times provoke opposition from the more hard-line elements of the ulema. Support the moderates. Every little bit helps. Doesn't help this one, but you just wait till that day when we move that capital after this war. Feels like I'm starting to turn into Akbar the Great. Because of the path that I've been taking. The previous ruler was all the way legalism. Instead, we're trying to go all the way that way. But if you reach towards it, here's that manpower. Manpower that we need to fight future wars. Where's the Kajik forces? The siege is won. We just want a quick resolution. Again, I'm not here to take land, because I have no legitimate claims to this area. Although pillaging would be... Oh, well, they're okay with pillaging, even though we've already developed the heck out of Delhi enough. But what do I get out of it? One development and we gain one. But it's a tiny aggressive expansion, so... Hey, it's for free, you know? Might as well, right? Just pillage it, and subsequently, give me the money, because we need to pay the debt sooner or later. And it's going to cost you 2. And only 2. And of course, war reparations, even though it means very little. No need to steer train. This is just to teach you a lesson. That's all. Small bit of aggressive expansion means nothing to me because knowing that we know what our next plan is. Afghanistan. Khorasan. Yes. Now scram. Even though that wasn't the real way to end the war like that, but no. We just simply pillage them, take the money, get out. Any excuse to declare war just to get more towards that way. Okay, what's another reason? Oh yeah, you need to save that up, so... Yeah. How are you doing over there? No one's gonna help you out. Well, it's just only us versus all of them. And they won't take part in that war. So please remember the claims that you have. Remember the mission, the Afghan Frontier. These areas highlighted here, we must take. I doubt we could take all of it, but just as much as we can. So let's see. Have they developed any buildings? Since you just used that word. Unfortunately, not good development. Some is a little better than others. Yeah. Mostly Afghan, some Khorasani. So it does include the Sistan areas. A little more trade power would be good. Well, I guess Khorasan it is, so get in position. Stand here, and then here. Whomever you engage, we'll deal with them. Third Army will remain to deal with any potential rebellions around here. So, yeah, we simply just beat up Transoxiana. We sort of avenged that insult, but we had an excuse to do a quick war against them before we will declare the next one. You didn't look at the rest of the buildings before we start this one. Alright, man. Let's see. Mosque. No buildings. No buildings. Mosque. Castle. Okay. That's the first place to take. Mosque. Mosque. Mosque and castle. Mosque. Okay. Seems reasonable, but do not forget, this is where the Renaissance is, and we felt it's about damn time that we expanded areas where Renaissance is present in and import it to our empire. Then we could start... no, not this one. So then we could start moving on with this. Because compare that to other countries, they are... Oof. How do you even live is the real question. With these institutions that they have there. And all that spoils of war, and that means nothing. I think during the course of the war you may want to mothball the few forts. Knowing that when you take over a few castles yourselves, you're going to pay for the maintenance. Their capital's already been besieged. Doesn't do them any favors. So we should expect some resistance, but not all. But they'll have a manpower to back it up, and so do we. But the real question, should we engage or how much is the cost? 291. Yeah. But do not worry, when you engage that war, you're gonna go even more this way. And fighting against Sind would be much easier because their enemy won't be there. Khorasan's on their own. Even though taking a bit of Sind would have a bit of a disconnect. We would have access to the coast finally, but Mughal and Baluchistan have to fight them eventually. But don't want these lands. No desire for it. So what's it to you? Engage. That's what we're gonna do. Kandahar will be the objective. Most Shastra won't help them because war exhaustion and in debt. We could do it all our own, but if we face in trouble, call Mawa. They'll know what to do. It's a little premature, but I hope we don't take too many casualties. But for now, mothball a few. Thinking about getting rid of that fort of Sirhind because, you know, we have Lahore here, and then just looking at geographical potential invasions and whatnot, and the obstacles. And plus, taking over these forts, that means we have to start paying that in maintenance. There's your loyalty. Very little. All you have to do is get rid of the interest rate and we're good. I could repay them now, but nah. It's getting close to expiration, so you'll be fine. As I said, Third Army will be stand back there to deal with that uprising. Just take over the surrounding areas. Control the mountains, and you control the defense. Every time. Looting. How dare you? They could potentially hire mercenaries with that kind of money. It'll be done in 2 years for the conversion of our capital. And soon we'll move to a new capital. Even though we're going to be using that administrative power because of the... use your words. That will be moving... no, coring these provinces. That we'll take as much as we can. Get a move on. This one's got mountains too, so... Stay close. Because we might need to support each other in case that decisive battle's to come. Merv up there too. Don't have a claim to it, but that fort there is a bit of a... It's a bit of a sight. It's the worst place for supply limit. Eek. Actually, since we did a very goodwill on the Jains in the last episode, well, let's take advantage of this. Get all that money so we could pay off that loan in a few months. Now let's take this fort. Another fort in Bam. Or Bomb. How do you pronounce that over there? There's the enemy army. It's 2-star general. 5 fire, 3 shock, 2 maneuver. When this fort falls, we have to engage them. Wherever they're going to take, let them have it. But if you're going to be impatient, then and such. How old am I? Not even 30. You're still in the prime of your life. You'll be fine. The Brahmins of the Mughals are a rising power. They've rallied the popular support of the Hindu population to their position as a divinely ordained priestly caste and occupy several key positions within the Mughal administration. Take care. That means okay or alright in Hindi language. So a little more influence out of them, so which means a little more national tax modifier out of you. Just help us for the war effort. Puts me a bit of a smile on my face, so heading to Kunduz. They're probably going to go for a row. If they do, we got them surrounded. But all we need is to take this other area that we have a legitimate claim to. Oh, and I forgot that one too. But you gotta take Merv to take that. Just take this, then dogpile on this siege. Repay it. Not an issue. Damn, disease outbreak. Oh, war must be over for Mushasha. Well, one of their wars. We'll be sure to take that capital too once we take down Merv. Nope, just one other than that. And after you get that, then we could get a favorable peace negotiation because we need a 99% or 100% war score or whatnot to try to get as much land out of as possible, except for this one, because that's Baluchistani territory. We don't have a claim to that. But we're certainly losing manpower due to the attrition. think they need some more manpower. Any time now. Because if we were to provoke them now... Well, you can't do that. They still got plenty of manpower. That's one of their armies, but where are the others? Still over there? In the other area? Don't take Merv because of them over there. Help with this siege. Actually makes a little difference. Oh, disease outbreak, big time. Never mind. Damn it. Because I kind of need that other army horde. It's the one with the artillery. And he's got pretty good skills himself with the shock. That compensates for it. But and this is the other arm with no artillery, but a lot of infantry. Okay, you're withdrawing. You will take guard duty for the country. Sounds stupid, I know. But knowing that it could break out any time. Well, we're taking a risk here because, well, out here in this mountainous country, this unforgiving country, what gives? Economic espionage. Ooh, morale of armies. And yearly army tradition. I mean, after all, they are, you know, Khorasani and descendant of Timurids. Our use of mercantilist policy is proving frustrating for some of our merchants, causing some to defect to other countries. Slight loosening of policy might be the answer. All we need is a... Oh, they just took some land. Now there's a possibility they may join the war, thus complicate things. But their rulers are malevolent. Slowly but surely. No doubt they'll take it back. Muscovy is there. I don't think we have any contact with Muscovy, but if they ever ask us for access, I'll let them. There's Kajik. They're gonna begin their siege of Herat. Bypass. Not enough power by then, so make use of it. Core creation costs me nice. Indian Padishah. Our realm is becoming one of many faiths and cultures while we are foreigners to these lands, and the traditions and the values of India speak to us. Despite their rich culture, these people seem to lack a common purpose. We must strive to ensure that regardless of caste, religion, or culture, all our subjects are given equal opportunities to serve our great house. One free military policy, which means that you get 2 free policies, if you ever get one, as soon as you complete administrator, which is a long way to go still. know our every move. They can bypass here because of that fort there, which Muscovy is besieging currently. Don't even think about it. Come on, fall. 'Cause if it don't fall, we're bringing in the big guns. Yeah, we're nowhere near that now. Oh, but there you go. That helps it. Now you can stop converting. Forget about it. Unless you become so concerned with it that converting it will give you access to this. Guru and Sialkot. Oh, not again with this. Get this man out of Sialkot. They're retaking the areas, but that fort there, you know, it'll get them back under our control sooner or later. Yeah, we brought in more artillery. That damn disease outbreak. Now I'm malevolent. Which pretty much tells you that that man who's well-advised and he's malevolent, so liberty desires can go up a bit in some of my subjects, but hopefully not too drastically. We have to engage the enemy if we want to win. Your job. Haven't dealt with. Finally. The absolute worst place to be in fighting a war like this. You go over there. We'll see if we can try to engage. And we'll take Bamiyan back eventually. When we mop them up. Taken care of. Get that as you were. Frustrating, actually, knowing that we can't leave the siege. Muscovy's got this. And Kabul's under siege by Muscovy. So that'll keep them busy. We'll get a crossing penalty for this, but we have the numbers. But let me see. 4, 3, 3, 5, 3, 2. Eek. But this is the one with the Rajputs, but army's not as drilled as they're used to. And I am not typically in the mood for a costly battle. Nor crossing a river. If attacking general is higher maneuvered than defending one, your crossing penalty will be ignored. You sure? 2, 3. I don't know. They have 7 regiments of infantry, 4 cavalry, 2. But what they have is an edge in morale of armies and cavalry combat ability that almost matches with ours. Ugh. Don't. I don't trust myself for this. Let him go. Let him go as they damn well please. Take Bamiyan back. Let Muscovy cause a lot of damage there. And clearly they have. Guess they're going to engage the Muscovite forces soon. That's where that army went, I assume. We'll go no further. Except maybe take this fort. And you have the guns. So I suggest you do that. It's another level 2 highlands. What's the difference between mountains and highlands? Oh, you were looking at it wrong. They're the same. Damn, damn, damn. That's all I gotta say. You have a bit of siege skill. Growth of business at Tafeta. Base 2 production up in Varanasi. Alrighty. The war enthusiasm is very low now, but I want a much higher war score, so whatever happens to them, they're okay. They're out of the war then. In that case, come back. Knock Merv down, and then the gates are open, basically, to their capital. Then we'll have a... Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's him again. The long way round. As if they got someplace to go to, but no. Their garrison ain't what they used to. It's a much longer war than I originally anticipated. As with everything. What did I tell you? Support the moderates. Can use multiplier interaction to get more manpower. I would do that in post-war years. But now I'm not terribly worried about religious unity if I wish to convert all of these areas, except for this one. Which we'll do that when we move the capital. But we'll do that after you finish coring the provinces and all that. It's a lot of work. And I hope you haven't done anything stupid, any of you. After all, it's a highly stable country. But if you're really having trouble with manpower, then be sure to use that interaction, even though... How much would we be spending? Oh, that would be 50 towards it. Don't do it. Just get this damn fort down. And we'll be engaging them finally. If we could catch him. Because he's becoming a thorn on our side. Because he has the manpower and he could create more regiments if he wanted it to. You know what? Come up here. I don't care if Hindu zealots come out. We'll deal with them later. We We need every man here. No. I already got my commitments. One more year. Alright, the way is clear. You'll be heading to the capital. We're gonna try to find a place for them to engage. We'll meet you soon. We're just waiting. And then we can... Well, there's that area you can go to, but... Of course, that leaves the door open for Hindu zealots to spring up and be hopping mad at us. And I know you have no artillery. This is ridiculous. Look at this. This unforgiving... Full garrison. Capital and fort, so it's going to take a while. But their war enthusiasm is low now, so... Not until we get a much more favorable peace, so we have to occupy the entire country. Rather do that. Move. They're gonna try to unite their forces. That's the last thing I would ever want them to do. Mountains, mountains. Damn these mountains. Just give them more autonomy. Didn't want to do that, but good for the land maintenance modifier. Always got to look at the bright side of things. When our capital falls, good. All we need is to get 99% war score out of it, then we get a much favorable peace deal. That's how I operate in wars like these. For centuries, many of the followers of Ali have considered it a necessity to hide themselves and fang adherents to the other religious causes in order to keep their faith alive. Authorities in Badakhshan become increasingly suspect that there is an increasing number of Shias among the local Sufi lodges, and like our blessing to attempt to root them out. Oh, this would make them disloyal. And a disloyal ulema can lead to problems. Unless I give them a privilege. But I'll just say we must respect the Sufi lodges. This is what happens. Tax might reduce, national unrest, and all that. Okay, what can I give you in return? Oh, yes. I remember seeing that. I'd like to have that from you again. So that's what happened. Here it is. 66 months. Whoa. That man has a limited time on Earth, so we might as well start. Interesting phrasing there. That man's got a limited time on Earth. I know religious unity is high, but this is this one province that must be converted. Also, wait a second. Oh no, that's still there. Never mind. So it'll be finished in 1542. It's going to take a long time. But we must win this war. We have to win this war. Because the war cannot be won by these tiger hunting fools. Originally, I thought, because in the old versions of the game back then... Oh, you can only keep this X amount of power saved. Back then it used to be 999 power saved. Oh, okay. Don't spend it, because that territory you may gain, it's going to require some diplomacy power. So don't do it. Not right now. Cannot believe we've lost so many. Disloyal lemma. The heck? I thought I'd given you. Oh yeah, I think it may have been expired. Well, I can't give them to you right now. So, well, look where mysticism got to us. And religious unity went away. Wow, what does this mean now? That's all I gotta say. Nope, can't catch him. Well, we got him separated. It's a good thing. I don't know where they're going, but they're going far. Further the better. It'd be a real shame that we did not engage in battle, but at the same time, I think it would be for the best. Just occupy one more territory, then we'll bring in the brig guns. And we'll get this fort down finally. Because this should be it. War score will jump. Nope. Bring them out. Move. Back. Cannot believe we lost so many men due to damned attrition more than anything else. This is probably why the Mughal Empire never went further west. 305 days. War scores 99. There we go. Take a drink. Of course I'm drinking water. Okay. Get as much as possible of the claims that you have legitimately. The objective? Coalition may form against me. Okay, keep going. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. Anyone on? Baluchistan. Okay, you don't scare me. All the areas that we have claims to, and then the result is just these two countries. Yeah, you could form an whatever coalition against me, but we never fought a battle, unfortunately. Which we'd have loved to crush them. And of course, we'll be still having more attrition on our way back. Big overextension. But it's still a pretty good amount for the administrative power cost to core all these areas that we have legitimate claims to. We'll leave out this one for obvious reasons, just all the areas that we have claims to. Excuse me. Is Ghazni really a part of the deal? No, but I believe it's a necessary part because, you know, Mughals did not have claims on Ghazni, despite the fact that it says all provinces in the Kabulistan area. I guess they must have left that out when developers make it again, but you get the idea. These are the areas we want. And the war reparations. And I know we cannot get money out of this. They'll never accept that deal. There you go. 42 ducats. That's it. It's not much, but hey, it's a big country. They'll pay well. The areas that we're taking is bad development. But more importantly, it's where the Renaissance is. And yeah, they can form a small anti-Mughal coalition against me, but I ain't scared. If they're going to take me out, that means you're going to be dealing with my allies here. It'll be the last thing you'll ever do. And we're going to get away with all this. And a big prestige gain. And maybe the ulama will start looking at me more positively these days, hopefully. So that'll cost you 20. And a bunch of land ownerships will be changed big time. So I guess it was worth it. It's the biggest gain we've ever made. Now never do that again. Now get back to there as quickly as possible. Be stationed over here. Jawanpur here. And this other army, Varanasi. Because I really want the next war to be against Bengal finally. Core them all. We've overextended big time. And mission complete. Afghan Frontier. So as it says, Kabulistan and Sistan have long been the staging areas for those that would invade India. The region is both close to the vital passes for entering the subcontinent and home to a number of clans that have specialized in raiding and looting the Punjabi plain. We must subdue this region once and for all, and place strong garrisons here to protect against foreign invaders. You got it. So, Kabul gets fortified stronghold until the end of the game, even though it has no fort, but I'll probably remove Herat and put one in Kabul. Keep Saranj, but remove Kandahar, because this is closer. That's just how I think of it from a strategic standpoint. And in addition, even more trade power in Lahore for the next 20 years, so we can do that. Now we have permanent claims in Tabriz, Herat, which we have, Samarkand, Qom, and Mashhad, which I have no, honestly I have no interest in taking these areas. Because I'm more interested about going this way now, to the Bengal trade node areas that they hold, because this would definitely help us out financially. And having all these regions and areas claims, that's just too big to be thinking about like that for a Timurid resurgence, even though we are not Timurids. Halt! 5%. I'll be sure to put some edicts in this area to have more institutions spread. It's also present down there. Heck, just reached Gujarat just now, and Malwa too, so it's not present yet, but it's getting there. Hasn't gone to Bengal yet. And fortunately, these areas are all Sunni, so no need for conversions. All we gotta do is deal with a disloyal lemma. Which, it'll slowly come on there, but it's gonna take a long time, so. Because of high mysticism. Not now, right? So, okay, Ulama. What do you want? Because if you want to be loyal to us, we'll do what you've got to do. Because everybody, we gotta stick together. You'll have your house of worship. Then again, maybe not. Because I want to put a fort there just to utilize this bonus here. Actually, keep her out there. Get rid of Kandahar. Put one in Kabul. Oh. Think, damn it. How much is for a castle? Really, only this much. The Ulema are loyal to us now. Just build it. And then once you're done... we have the strongest trade in this area, so... don't worry about it. Get rid of the marketplace. The Giants once told me to build that there, I believe. When a castle's finished, then build that house of worship. Then your Ulema will be back with us. And now, finally, this. Level 10. Trade efficiency up a bit. And meanwhile, still no ships. So, the Afghan people are assimilated. Fully. But of course, that's part of Iranian, so... Everybody's got to go home now. You know what? Mothball everything. Even thought about getting rid of the Syrian castle. That's where we started, and there's no purpose here because we have Lahore nearby in Delhi. So no reason for that to be there anymore. Another way to cut costs. Well, lessons learned, and there's something that I should have done, seeing that military power that I have. You know, since you're no longer using any military power to get new ideas that's military related, what you should have done was to use these cannons to breach the walls of the fortresses, and it would have saved up a couple of months to get it done instead of being stuck out in the mountains or desert to besiege things. Blasted Lord Master. Blast you with a cannon. What? I've learned my lessons regarding expeditionary warfare. And also that carpet sieging thing. I'm well aware of the autonomous carpet sieging, but there's a large army roaming around there, so I didn't want to do it in fear to that. But, and I'll be sure to remember, whenever we have enough money and the army maintenance to maintain a fourth army, it'll be smaller than 20,000 strong. It should be at least, ideally, like say, 15,000 strong, maybe, but since it's under our control now, it's fine. Till we fully core it, that is. So we mothballed all the forts, and that still isn't even enough. But then again, there are reasons, such as the overextension. Because, you know, we're trying to make sure that corruption doesn't happen around here. That's the reason. Like say, if there's even one speck of that happening, you would have a lot of corruption. Just an example. See? Anyway. And also, we will finally convert this province here, hopefully. As long as that man is around, the Inquisitor. He has 2% yearly death risk now. And if he dies before 1450, god dang it, 1542, then you got what you want. And thus outlived their usefulness, one would think, if we ever want somebody else. But he'll be alright. And of course that war exhaustion can finally slowly go down and all that. So actually new order. For you, actually you'll be stationed in Kabul, knowing these Khorasani, Afghan and other separatists that are out there. It's about damn time you start drilling again. And of course we'll have to make new states. That's from the spoils of war earlier. But the actual income is this. And hopefully this attrition will go away and start increasing it. If not, then there's going to be trouble. Especially Khorasani separatists. Sure. I guess you should drill over there too. Taking advantage of them, but they're full strength. You damn fool. Oh god, that's the one with the national unrest. That'll solve them. But not this one. Most recently annexed. All armies must start drilling again. Actually head to Delhi and start drilling from there as well. Everybody's drilled. So we're trying to get this up. And all that manpower that was wasted on attrition. Hey, I don't suggest you got some soldiers, do you? Because I need some. Sucker. And these two countries never formed a coalition against me. Good. Doubly good. But until we core these areas, while trying to root out corruption, so wait until all these areas are cored and then we'll be good. We're gonna take a break from war. Well, I'm not a Buddhist, so these statues are useless to me. Do what you will. And if I need to expand, I'll be sure to fight small wars to have a Mithila area before we can take on Bengal. But not now. Further down on Africa. That we could see. No. Absolutely no. You're a target to me. How convenient. Reminds me. Now that we have income again, bit by bit, But once it's fully cored, then be sure to give an edict in Kabulistan for advancement efforts, faster institutions, but come over here and we'll embrace it. So it'll be cheaper, as we do not have the funds for that. Let me see. Yeah, after all of this, Bihar and Bengal, and go for the Ganges Delta, the Grand Trunk Road, which is, we would have to do this, at least one province of these two, so it can be done. And Grand Trunk Road, again, far in the future. No devastation on any of these areas. Takes a while. Alright, we got some money here. Don't spend it all at once, just save it, because you may never know what you need them for. Because I would love to move that capital to there. I mean, I could right now, but it's... You gotta have a great mosque there and all that. This early in the age, I already have splendor, because we fulfilled 2 objectives. You've been converting a lot of provinces, and owns all Hindustani provinces, which I have not achieved that, but we will. When we fight Mawa one day. And, of course, Kashmir. But fortunately, here's this ability that's exclusive to us Mughals. Artillery cost reduction. I believe that's buying them, not maintenance. That sounds nice. Now, how much is it? Yeah, we got 1,000 from 42 other provinces in addition to all of these. Good God, man. Probably going to be by the mid-1500s that we will finally embrace the Renaissance here. Oh, I did not paying attention. I didn't think they sprung up that quickly. Don't engage yet. And you idiot. You did not mothball that fort. I mean, that you didn't maintain the fort. Now it's going to take a bit longer. Separatism's added. Oh, crud. What did I tell you? Men in their 40s always die out. Now it's impossible to convert this area. Yeah, practically impossible now. Although there is only one solution, that is to, you know, you could just easily move that capital there, but 19 less development target and all that, that's base, so that's, how much is that in total? Well, I can tell you that right now. Which war ended? Who could say? Was it several or just one big one? It matters not, but a number of unemployed mercenary companies have arrived in our realm looking for work. One man's war is another man's opportunity. We have the war and they seek the opportunity. And we are the land of opportunity. I'm sure I'll be getting events that relates to missionary death. Oh boy. Kaifang, Pinyang, Bagamoyo, Typhon, Tabuk, Put. Get in there. You know, let's do a little switcheroo here. Not as influential manpower recovery, but reduction of fort maintenance is always good and means more money to be made. Get that damn area back. Breach the damn walls if you have to. That's something we should have done earlier. States with good development, but when autonomy is reduced, even better. Hold it. There. I know this is a specialty, but you gain 3 each month. Well, we'll soon fulfill one more objective and then we'll have a golden era. Which we'll have to find Mala one day, but Bengal first. What institutions spread in true faith provinces until start the next stage. Yeah, sure. It's just got nothing, man. And it'll cost another 800 when you get back up there. One of our advisors, Rashid Nazaruddin, has published a chronic achievement of his literary career, The Spirit of Laws. This monumental work has been celebrated for 3 of its numerous theories: the classification of governments, the influence on politics, and the most important one, the theory of the separation of powers. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. I mean, just getting free administrative power on this one's 5 years. No. Get the prestige. His reputation will reach further than our borders. You've reached at the max, even though prestige will be going down in a hurry. But still, everybody will be loyal. At a hurry. And I know it's going to be stuck, but I am not letting it go. Hopefully we can get a new advisor that adds missionary strength for wait for advance for it. Beware. Gotta put down rebels. And it could be anywhere, so just to make sure that doesn't happen again. When it reaches 90, stop drilling. And pay attention this time. Oh, the castle's finished. I didn't know. I'll put that down. Oh, yes. Almost forgot. Come over, right? Yes. Like to see that. What's your trust? Because, you know, when we go to war against Bengal in the future, I'd like you for you to help us. But accepting it would stabilize. Friends you have over there. Well, they don't scare me. If you ain't coming, then we'll bring Mawa. They can handle it. And plus nothing. How are you talking about? If they're going to be targeting somebody, it's likely going to be Vijayanagar. Or what's left of Gujarat. Or, yeah. Knowing them. Oh dear. That's our heir. He's a greedy bastard. You know what? Screw it. I'll level this up. Because I've noticed that some countries have, you know, that are a bit ahead in military level. Not really. Nah, just get hampered growth. I don't plan on developing Cabo anyhow. It's not a place I would develop. Nothing wrong with them, it's just not in the mood for it. And as you can see, I have a tired tone in my voice now because I'm just... Ugh. Whose side are you on? Get the flags of Sindamawa confused, they look similar. Stop drilling. And we are making a lot of fortune, and I'm happy to see that. Well, to be fair, our old advisor died, so... Let's defend the faith again. You get another missionary, but no missionary strength. But that's for 24 months. Oh! Crap, that popped my knuckles for it. Yeah, it's all manpower, military related stuff, but no missionary strength. In fact, I don't think it says anymore to increase that sort of thing as much as I did with this. No, it says nothing. So, you're pretty much screwed. Hey. Yearly corruption. Morale of armies down for 20 years. Oh, damn it. We'll have to accept this. We'll lose one base tax of one province, which is down there, and move it to Delhi. Even though that loses that loyalty. You need this much. Speaking of which, this is December, so I'll finally switch it over there. No uprising yet. Really would love to get that. And this too. Especially that, man. I guess you do have to get another advisor, but we would barely have the income for it. But although there is a guy who does very well in production efficiency, so that adds a bit of income from that. So it's a win-win here, but it's gonna cost you. Do it. There's your production efficiency, and you still get a pretty good income. There, now everybody's happy. It's supposed to go off anytime soon. No, not here. Station over here. Matchlock musket. So you get weapons manufacturing, combat whip, cavalry fire up, infantry shock as well. So you are ahead of time once again. You can embrace it, but you need this amount of money. But it does help with the institutions for being at peace, positive stability, increased free trade around here. Possibly a little more if we can help out with that. I was going to put an edict with this to... Yeah, just do it. Every little bit helps. I think they're finished, so looks like they're gonna partition this land. Well, Sind is no more. It's all Baluchistan now. If you want Sind, you gotta fight Baluchistan and Marwa. And if you were to do that, well, you know, you'll be in for a fight. Use your numbers well and your allies well and all that. That's a way to defeat them that I could see in the future. What do you want the most? I mean, we're not behind it yet, but autonomy change would just make things better. In fact, is there a way to read that? Local autonomy. Yeah, the local autonomy in some areas, except for areas that haven't really made it into states yet, have been ridiculous at this point. Especially the newly conquered territories. But I think, honestly, you should go with that before... I mean, you're not at war right now, so there's no need for core creation costs. And whatever wars you plan on fighting are likely going to be small ones. Such as the ones over in the Mathila area that you haven't claimed. So we'll go for centralization, so that autonomy change will be going down a bit faster. Every little bit helps. Government bank centralization and a Sufi shrine there, apparently. We'll end this episode at the beginning of 1542, which would be the ideal year to go to war against Bengal. Now we're neighbors with Ajam. No, because I don't like you. Okay, we're gonna stop right here. And plus, we're about to have another government reform in the next episode. So I'll figure that out what I would choose or not to choose. But I can tell you this. I am not giving up on converting this province. We'll get it one day. But of course, that requires, you know, moving this much. And that's the last time you are ever using administrative tech power to get an idea out of it. You chose for centralization. Lowered autonomy means income. All about money these days. Unless you're going to be the guy who go all the way over there. Well, we have enough manpower to be ready for any kind of war now at this point. And our aggressive expansion isn't as severe as I once thought. To some people. Just looking at hypotheticals. Although I'd rather fight these nations first. Yeah, just some small wars where we can defeat the enemies easily, even though we'll be taking attrition and all that, but we'll have to do that in the next episode once we deal with them. And if you wish to provoke them, and that'll be even stronger, where we'll just have to put them down. And all that. And more in the next episode. I am tired personally. But until then, so long for now. See you in the next one.